Well, the final preparations are underway for the 37th World Youth Day starting Monday in Portugal. The event is expected to include more than 300,000 young people from 200 countries around the world. The pilgrims will welcome Pope Francis on August 2nd, and this will be the Holy Father's 42nd apostolic journey and his second trip to Portugal after visiting Fatima in 2017. EWTN News Vatican Correspondent Colin Flynn joins us now. Colin, so great to see you. I understand that you are fronting EWTN's coverage of World Youth Day along with Father Mark, Mary, Christina. Can you give us maybe a little glimpse of the behind the scenes and the preparations that have been going on?
I can indeed. Very good evening, Tracy, and good to see you. Well, most of the crew are either there now in Lisbon or en route. And in total, EWTN will have around 80 people, Tracy, across our TV, radio and print in multiple different languages. So this is going to be a huge team effort to bring you live coverage of the biggest Catholic youth event in the world on your TV screens, your phones, your radios. The crew include journalists from EWTN News, camera operators, technicians, makeup artists, lighting, and so on. Some of the equipment being hired locally, much of it being brought. Some of the broadcasts will be in partnership with RTP, the national broadcaster of Portugal. But overall, Tracy, we are just so excited to be there for the week in the heart of Lisbon and bringing you all the coverage. I fly out tomorrow and we're going to be filming across the weekend, just showing the kind of the frantic last minute finishing touches that are being put to the event by all the organisers and the volunteers.
I know it's going to be so exciting. I'm curious, Colin, what about you? I mean, what are you planning to cover specifically on the ground?
Well, I'll be anchoring much of the coverage along with Father Mark, Mary, Christina, as you mentioned, and as well as covering all the main papal events, like, of course, Pope Francis arriving on Wednesday the 2nd, meeting the President. We'll film him all the major events in his schedule, like the Way of the Cross on Friday, his visit to Fatima on Saturday, the final Mass, which will be beautiful, on Sunday with all the young people. But also, apart from the Holy Father's schedule, we'll be bringing you a taste of Lisbon, that beautiful ancient European city. I'm talking about the atmosphere, the people, the places, the faces, and most importantly, Tracy, of course, all the hundreds of thousands of young people from across the world. We'll be right in the crowd, chatting to people, hearing their stories, and witnessing firsthand just how powerful an event like World Youth Day can be.
It's going to be beautiful. And I know this is your first World Youth Day. What are you looking forward to, Colin?
Yeah, and this is my first one, Tracy, and what a way to kind of dive into it then, hosting the coverage for EWTN. And really what I'm looking forward to the most, apart from meeting all the young people from across the church, is sitting with my co-host, Father Mark, Mary, Christina, who the EWTN viewers will be familiar with him from shows like Life on the Rock and others. But he is such a fountain of knowledge and he has great deep insights into the church and theology. Talking to him, Dr. Matthew Bunsen and all the great contributors, going deeper about the messages and the meaning behind an event like World Youth Day. I think that's going to be really exciting. And of course then to see the Holy Father, Pope Francis, interact with all the young people who come from every corner of the globe, I think that is really going to be incredible, Tracy.
Indeed, and the coverage is going to be great. I know you're going to do so great. And Colin, before I let you go, can you remind us how people can watch?
Yes, of course, Tracy, there are loads of different ways you can follow the coverage. The best is if you go to EWTN social media across Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, and we have a designated website, EWTN.com/WYD, World Youth Day. And by the way, Tracy, finally, if you know someone who is going, if you are going, if your kids are going, be sure to look for the EWTN crew. And we have hundreds of these really cool EWTN sunglasses. I don't know if you can see, but it says EWTN News, and you will look the part there at World Youth Day.
Oh, you are looking good, Colin, looking good. Everybody's going to want some of those sunglasses, and I do too, so make sure I get some as well. Colin, great to be with you. Looking forward to the coverage, and God bless.